Orange County Registered Digital.
Hello and welcome to the OCVarsity Gridiron Extra. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis. That's Dan Albano. This is Steve Fryer. These guys were trying to leave, but I reeled them back in because I know this is a hot topic, and that's the state bowl games, guys. This has been going on for a number of years now. A relatively new thing. It's not like it's been around for decades or what have you, like the traditional CIF championships. Steve Fryer, I know you're very opinionated on this whole process, the state championship in general. We have regionals. Some teams get in, some teams don't. Your thoughts?
I hate using the word hate, but I'm using the word hate. I do not like the state championships thing. Section championships is fine. Those kids play 14 games. That's plenty. The CIF, statewide, section-wide, nationwide in high school football, we're trying to reduce the amount of concussions that we're getting in high school football. If you're playing 16 games, that exposes you to more opportunities to get concussed. You know, it goes backwards to me. It's like, you know, hey, I'm going to put you on a diet. Let's go get pizza. You know, I want you to drive slower, young man. Here's the keys to the Ferrari I got you for your birthday. It just goes reverse of what they're trying to do. You're trying to make the game safer, but you do this. It's totally illogical to me.
Hey, Dan, on the other side, maybe some kids are excited to play for these state championships.
Kids are also excited to get a Ferrari.
Yeah, hey, I am too.
Fuller was excited, right?
I think so. 4 championships won by Orange County teams, or 4 teams that were in it in these championship games. Only one team made it in, and that was St. Margaret's. A team like Garden Grove, they told us after the game, Steve, head coach Ricardo Cepeda said that he wanted to get in, and he thought he had a good shot, and he was high and excited after the game, but they didn't get in. Nope. Mission Viejo did not get in. Dan, your take on the state playoffs?
Well, safety is first, so I echo the sentiments of Fryer, and that's super important. And I've written a lot about that, and I recognize that you know that's the trend. But I'm the opposite of Fryer because I like these games, and I think the fans like them. A lot of people turned out last year to watch De La Salle against St. John Bosco. That was a huge crowd. I think the kids like to play in these games. I think we could probably I'd like to see maybe cut off a few of these non-league games that we that aren't shorten the regular season by a game or two. Save some of the good stuff. These best games for at the
dream
end.
matchups, right?
You know, and I think it's important that California and the California players, they have a state playoff like Texas and other states that have. State championship. So I think state champs are exciting. They can bring a lot of interest from fans, and so I like to see them. But I think they got to be real careful with the games because we reported this before. I mean, some of these high school seasons are approaching like the length of the NFL seasons. They're playing that many games. They're playing more than the college teams. But it affects the tricky thing is like this year it only affect 4 teams at once because like next year they're going to have a new format where section champions definitely qualify.
It's up for vote, right?
Yeah, exactly, Jonathan. So it could be that way. So it affects a small amount of teams, but there's still some things to work on. But I think it's an exciting thing to talk about.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about what our team leader Brian Patterson told us, which is we will have previews of all of that and analysis and reviews of all the CIF State stuff coming up this week in the Orange County Register. How's that for a plug, Steve?
I like it.
Yeah, I got your approval. That's all I need. All right, guys, thanks for dropping the knowledge all season long. That's Dan Albano. That's Steve Fryer. And for more with the state playoffs, check out OCVarsity.com all weekend where we've got you covered.
Orange County Register. We are here in the service of Orange County.